Welcome back. So what did I do yesterday and day before yesterday? I used the 2 days to make sure that I was not addicted to this. I didn't touch the camera at all. Not for anything else. I'm not saying this is something bad that you're doing. This is just okay. It's a part of your routine. And but the thing is that I don't like being addicted to anything. I wanted to know if I can survive without doing this and focusing on something else probably, and I utilized that time in making some song videos instead. So now I'm back. Today's Monday. I was very excited because I know I had to make a video, and though I have not come with any theme as such, I think it's really nice to be back. It's like you are going in touch with the world. It's like a way of traveling. I told you when I go to Bangalore, definitely I'm going to continue with this because I see that the future which is ahead of me, this vlogging or making videos is going to be a part of it. I feel it. You have these gut feelings. I don't know how many of you have gut feelings, which we often just neglect because it's not that strong probably, or because you have other engagements as such. But this gut feeling which we have, which we get from within us, usually you feel it from the gut. That's why it's called a gut feeling. But that's something reliable. It's a reliable source of what you can expect in your life in as such. It may not be just about the future, but usually it's not about the past because you already know the past, and why would you have to rely on your gut feeling to access or believe in your past? So your gut feeling is usually about your future, the things that is yet to come to your life. Okay, so I don't know if you people have the gut feeling just like what I'm trying to say, but I have strong gut feelings, and it gives me goosebumps sometimes when I get a feeling of what is ahead of what lies ahead. It gives me goosebumps. It gives me some kind of joy which I cannot describe, and most of it, my gut feelings are optimistic. In the sense, it is not something negative. I've not felt like a gut feeling where I have to keep away from doing something because it is going to lead to something bad. It doesn't happen to me. So most of these gut feelings which I get is about things that is going to happen, which is positive in nature. So you get goosebumps because you feel happy about it, and the joy which I'm talking about, sometimes when you feel that, you cannot contain it. So that's the reason I started this, probably because most of the things that I do in my life, I just do it without knowing that it is the small step that I've taken which will take me to the future. We all do it in a sense. We all have gut feelings. We all sometimes experience that we do some things in a small way, but it kind of takes us towards better things in life. So no, sometimes it is very small, the first step that you take, the second step that you take, and you really don't know why you're doing it. How does it serve any purpose? As of what it looks like in your present life, it doesn't have a place in it. But at times that could be the tiny step that you take for something that lies ahead of you in your life. So the small things that we do, it could be the dot which connects the next dot, and you may have to do that in a bigger scale in your future. So don't just ignore two things. One is small things that you do well, whatever it is, the small steps and the small things that you do good, or that you have been practicing more often, that you have been improving. Don't ignore those small steps or small efforts. It could be small, but it is going to lead you to something bigger. As I said, in a wider scale, probably you are going to do something more of it. Probably you're going to be more resourceful to be able to do those things. You never know. So that is one thing. Second thing is never ever neglect your gut feeling. Gut feeling is sometimes, when if we can take it seriously, let me tell you, it can be the direct link of where you are going to, what you're going to experience in your life. Really, I'm telling you. So if you have gut feeling, take it seriously, think about it. That's what I did. So when I do this vlogging, as I've said many times, it feels good, and it's not something that is harmful to anyone for that matter, and it is not something wrong that we are doing. It's not illegal at all, and so why not do it, whatever you are doing, right? It could be a small step. Probably tomorrow you're going to do it in a bigger scale. That's all. So have you ever had any gut feeling like what is going to come, and you just left it? Sometimes what happens, let me tell you, let me explain this gut feeling what you have, since I cannot explain it in a wrong way. Of course I have had gut feelings about wrong things as well, in the sense not wrong but negative things. I've had it, like somebody is about to go through a very difficult phase, or somebody is just going to leave us, probably in the sense they're going to die. I've had this gut feeling in that also. But the thing is that we are so held up in our emotions, we really don't know. We don't give as much as importance to that gut feeling when it is about negative aspects. But when it is about positive things, we are more comfortable handling them, because it feels good, right? It gives you joy and happiness, so it's much better. But when it is about negative things, like especially about something wrong that's going to happen, you get the gut feeling for that also. And in my life it has come true many times. Yeah. So, but the thing is, if you have such strong gut feelings, it helps you to prepare for what is about to come. That it gives you so much of preparation time, and just imagine that if you're prepared for something good or something bad in life, how comfortably you can just go through that transition and enter into that, because whatever is going to happen, you are no longer surprised by that. It's not a surprise for you, because you were expecting something of this kind, either good or bad, because you have been dealing with the gut feeling. So that's a lesson which I can share. It's not about lesson, but it's my experiences. Okay, so it was nice not showing up, because I just wanted to make sure that I was not addicted to this. But I miss it. But I utilize the time in doing something else. So my thing is that, remember these two things. One is your gut feeling. Sometimes if you have a gut feeling, you should just sit and work on that gut feeling and make it stronger, because initially when you have a gut feeling, it could be experienced like a tremor, in the sense mild version of your gut feeling. Usually the beginners have it like that. Even I've had it like that. But if you take it seriously and you consider it, it can be developed, and it can be felt stronger than the mild version of it. And if you have gut feeling, it's so good, because one thing is that it doesn't have to, in the beginning, it doesn't have to work out just the way you have been feeling about it. But sometimes it actually works. So that's about gut feeling. So what did you do during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday? Basically, people have, as I've said, many things lined up in their life for weekends, even if it is just sitting at home and doing nothing, because it's a holiday. Monday is usually for everybody. Monday is Monday. Even if you are unemployed, even if you are retired. See, calendar makes sense. Do you follow the calendar? Do you see the dates and feel like this is Monday, this is Tuesday? It could be holidays, it could be vacations. Like now it is vacations for children. So most of the mothers and parents as such, they enjoy holidays. So they're like, I don't have to look at the calendar at all. See, it's a holiday. It is a holiday, and I don't have to look at the calendar anymore. That feeling, I know I have experienced it. It's not like I just fell from the top without experiencing any of this. God had given me great opportunities to go through these experiences. And from that, I remember how it is going to be when you have vacations. It's like you don't want to look to the calendar anymore. But the thing is that this calendar, just like how the clock is in our life, it's an integral part of our life. You just cannot live without it anymore. It's a part. You just cannot get rid of it, and you cannot say that I don't follow the calendar anymore. You do have to. You do have to. Even like Modi ji said, we all have different calendars. This is an English calendar, but we also have state-wise calendar probably. I'm not sure. But we do have language calendars, like each mother tongue. In each mother tongue probably they follow a different calendar. Like in this part of the nation, that is Kerala, you have a calendar which you don't have a calendar in the sense it goes with the Gregorian calendar. It goes with our English calendar, but the dates are different, the stars are different, everything is different. So if you have a calendar and clock, both these things have a very, very special place in our life. So even if you are not working, even if you are unemployed and you have nothing to do with the dates, your life goes without the dates. There's nothing for you to do with the dates. Still, I believe Monday is Monday. Monday is Monday for us, but Monday is not Monday for people in UAE because they follow a different calendar, and for them Sunday is Monday, right? So whatever it is, when the weekends are over and you step into a new day, I think that it makes a lot of difference because, I'm sweating because it's damn hot. I don't have to say that often, right? You guys know that it's really hot this side. I've been telling that 1,000 times. So it's the same story, not changed. Expecting some rains in these 3 days. Yesterday it started, the dates, the countdown, but today, as of now, nothing has happened. Still, it is very hot and not windy as well. So let's expect something good. Let us expect that it's going to rain in the coming days. I think the North India is getting some rains this week. I just read this in the paper now. Okay. So let's get back to calendar. So what is your relationship with your calendar and your clock? That's the next question. What is your relationship with your calendar and clock? How much of your personality is relying on the calendar and the clock? I don't know. For me, it's like I am unemployed still formally. Informally, though, I do a lot of things. But formally, as of now, I am looking for a job and I will be hunting for one. I don't feel embarrassed at all in the sense people, when, even in my horoscope, it was said that while people think of settling down in life, while they think like everything is settled and done for them, that is the time you're going to start. So it is written in the horoscope as well. So I believe in it, and so I'll be hunting for a right kind of job in the coming 3 months. And even though I'm formally unemployed now, I have a good relationship with the calendar and the clock. I mean, with the clock more so, but less with the calendar. The calendar is like I get confused between the dates because if I don't connect it with something, the events and tasks as we have to. But as of now, I use the Google Calendar to register everything that happens, so that we don't forget it. It's so much easier now. Life is so much easier if you compare to the days before. Now everything is like, you are more like a machine. Though we rely on machines, our life has become more like machines because we are so much depending on everything, on reminders, on things that somebody, not people as such, but the devices will just tell us this is so, this is so. Many times when I talk to people, if at all I talk, that is, when I talk to people, they tell me, I have some doubts, and I openly ask them, and they tell me, why don't you Google it? They keep telling, and I'm like, fine. It's good that you reminded me that we are so much connected and relying on the machines and on technology as such. So calendar is not something what we can call as a, it is not a device, it is not a part of technology. We have had it from a very, very long time, the clocks and the calendars. So we cannot blame it on technology or devices. This is not both of it, right? This is something totally different. But the thing is that your life, to a large extent, depends on calendars and clocks. That's it. If it is not there, I don't know what life is going to be. One day, I have this. It's a wish. It's a wish that someday. I rarely use this word someday, but someday I'm going to just keep away the clock and see what it is like. To spend a day in life without the clock, to spend a day without the calendar, how it's going to be. I want to know that, how different it's going to be. It's going to be very interesting. That's a life I'm looking forward to, when in a month a day will be without calendars, a day will be without the clock. Okay, it's certainly going to be different, because as of now 90% of my life is depending on the clock and the calendar. That's for today. I'll be back tomorrow with something interesting. Tomorrow is Tuesday, today is Monday obviously, so tomorrow I have some tasks lined up. Again, it's connected with the calendar, it's connected with the clock. Every day runs because of the clock. If there was no clock, I think I would not have made this video probably at this time. And because you have no idea of what time it is or what you have to do in that time. So it's acceptable that our life, we learn a lot of things like punctuality, a part of your discipline, by relying on these clocks. So if there was no clock, we wouldn't have known what is punctuality, what are the tasks that we have to do today, because it's time for us to do those things. We wouldn't know that. So all that is time. Be thankful to calendar and be thankful to the dates and the time, the clock system which we have is so we are better people, so we are better personalities, so we are more disciplined, I believe. Without that, it's like we have no idea of what is time management or what it is. So we don't want that kind of life. This is much better. We don't want to go back. We always want to, and I don't think we could ever go back. It's always the path is always forward. It's not backward. What is over is over. What lies ahead of us is what we have to live through, as I said, with courage, with boldness. We have to face what is ahead of us, not what is over. And that to a great extent we learn because of the clock and the calendar. I don't have a calendar or clock here, but you have it, you know it's somewhere there. But now you have the calendars in your devices as well. Keeps reminding you of what are the things that you have to do. So I'll be back tomorrow with something better. Have a good Monday. Stay productive, stay active.